This is a quick update on the development status of CiderPress II. I wanted to just do a quick video to highlight the differences between the old version and the new version so you can kind of get a sense for where I'm going with this. So if we open up a ProDOS disk image, you can immediately see one difference, which is the original version put everything in a large list. The new version will break things up into individual directories, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with a large volume. If you actually want to see everything all in one, you can. The directory list over here then becomes a way to just jump around. It's a little hard to see with the contrast on this recording software. But you get to see the directory structure rather than just have everything in one big pile. Another thing that is new and improved is if you wanted to edit two IMG properties, disk metadata, you had to open the disk image separately. Now you just come up here and all of the metadata is available. In theory, you can just double click on it to edit it. In practice, I haven't actually implemented that part yet. So if we look at a different disk image, again, the original, everything is mashed up into a single list, even across multiple volumes. You've got your ProDOS, you've got your DOS, you've got your HFS, all in one. The new version presents you with this nice hierarchical view, and you can look at ProDOS, HFS, whatever as separate entities. Over here, if you open up this, which is a shrinkit disk image, you double click on it, it opens up the shrinkit file and shows you the disk. You double click on that, it opens it up and lets you finally actually see the hello program. These are open read only because they're opened up in temporary files with a completely independent copy of CiderPress. Over here, if you do the same thing, it just adds it to the archive tree, and you can still see the shrinkit disk, the contents. It's just now integrated into the tree view itself. Sector editing is similar in that you can do that at different levels. So if I come over to the partition map, I can edit the partition map. If I come down to a DOS disk image, I can edit that. So if I come over here to ProDOS, go to the root directory, you can see another improvement, which is editing actually works now. Now, as soon as I start editing, all of this is going to collapse because as soon as you start editing a ProDOS volume, we don't know if it's actually valid anymore. So we have to let you finish your edits, close, and then we reopen, we rescan, we check for any problems. And according to this, it found a problem. So if we come over here and we go to the info panel, it will tell us that there's an issue because ProDOS stores subdirectory names in two different places. We only edited one, they don't match anymore, and so it's just kind of giving us a warning about it. So if we go back to our file display and we open a file in the file viewer, they're pretty much the same. As far as viewing, it's the same, but there's a significant change, which is there was no way over here to just save the file. Well, now there is. If I hit the export button, it will save it as a rich text document because it has the syntax highlighting in it. If I turn the syntax highlighting off and I say export, it saves it as a text file, which is what you want. The trick is you could do that with the original CiderPress if you went into Edit, Preferences, File Viewer tab, and it came down here to this guy. Then when you extracted the file, if you use the correct mode, then it would use this value as the default. That's pretty obtuse. This new version is a whole lot simpler. It exports whatever you see on the screen. If you want to make it the default, you click Save as Defaults. The next time you open it, that's the default. So there's no wandering through preferences screens. There's no, I'm trying to make it so that things are on screen and obvious and work the way you expect. Um, and I think that will make the tool a whole lot nicer to use. And that's it.